Hello everybody, this is Fernando for the latest Cryptids and Monsters news video. Well, the other day I was asking you all on a poll if y'all wanted me to focus more or add more videos about stuff on news with regards to cryptids, with regards to UFOs, aliens, ghost spirits, and there was a very resounding yes when it comes to mixing in a lot more news focused videos on these subjects. So lo and behold, I decided to go ahead and started perusing to see if there's any more interesting news, in this case happening with the world of cryptids. And yes, indeed, something just popped up. It looks like here, according to the article I found in express.co.uk back in mid-February, just a couple of weeks back, with regards to a new very interesting sighting with video images of the Orang Pendek, which you're looking at an image of here. This is a creature that has been suggested in the past by some of you out there. I don't think I've covered it. I double checked it just in case, but none of my videos show it, only because it's kind of like if you talk about one man-like ape creature in the worlds of cryptids, you kind of talk about them all because there's so many different versions of them, but they're all very similar at the same time. So that's why I kind of haven't really talked about it. But I guess this news article, this news video, is a great way to in turn showcase some info on it, and then I'll give my own thoughts on this very great footage. So first off, I've included a link below to the website. When you have a chance, please check out the video. It's very brief, only 22 seconds long, but it showcases, in this case, a group of bikers who come across this creature as they're blazing through like a makeshift trail there somewhere in Indonesia. It doesn't say exactly like where they found this creature, this Orang Pendek, but presumably it's somewhere there in Indonesia near the mountains or the rainforest of Sumatra. And so the way the footage goes is there they are blazing through. One of them has the GoPro-like camera on top of his helmet, so it's a great shot. You get to see a point of view shot as they encounter this creature. They turn a corner in that thick foliage, and boom, there it is, just crouching there, right in front of them. It's almost as shocked to see them as they are to see it. And so this thing immediately, like split-second type decision, fight or flight, immediately just blazes through ahead of them. Like it just quickly starts running away from them. For like a brief second, you get to see the guy with the GoPro camera like look around thinking, did I just see what I thought I saw? And then he actually starts chasing the creature too. That's what makes it very riveting, these 22 seconds, because all of this is happening in a very brief set of moments. So he starts chasing this thing, and then this thing is actually running as fast as as the scooter or motorcycle that he's on. That was pretty fascinating too, because you can see this thing, whatever it is, like running really fast, and it's turning backwards during brief moments, almost surprised that this human and then whatever it's on is catching up to them. And then it ends almost as briefly as it started. This Orang Pendek just finally decides to go ahead and then just run into the side in the foliage in the rainforest, and then it just disappears straight into that thick thicket of bush. So no way that they were able to capture it afterward because of the surrounding rainforest. Wisely too, because again, they don't know exactly what they're dealing with when it comes to this creature. But yes, please check out the video when you have a chance. It's in the link below. I can't really post it here only because again, the rules of YouTube when it comes to posting other people's exact videos, but it's there, and it's well worth seeing the 22 seconds. Now, some brief info on the Orang Pendek itself. This is a creature again found there in Indonesia, and it's literally translated its name from Indonesia as being a short person. So in essence, that's all it is. It's considered there a short person. Like imagine your average human, but just a slightly smaller in size, and then of course completely just covered in hair. So this creature just lives there. People have seen it. There's been eyewitness reports. There have also been footprints that have been found. There have been hair samples that have been found there too. And so they know of its existence there. It's just that finally now, for the first time it seems, there's this footage, this riveting footage that showcases it in all of its glory. And as far as like the thoughts of the article is just presenting it in a way where they're almost excited too. Also because they interviewed a guy by the name of Jonathan Downs, a leading cryptid researcher, who was talking about this footage. He also believes that it is, in his case, his words, 99% accurate when it comes to the depiction of this creature. So in his case, whatever was found there in this footage is the real deal. It's the Orang Pendek. It also is interesting because he quotes like how this thing came into existence there. He believes that it's more along the lines of an ape that happened to evolve very quickly, and it was weird because he was taking a turn where some part of the region there, I guess, must have separated from some earthquakes, and when that happened, these creatures in their original form had to learn how to adapt very quickly, otherwise they themselves would become extinct. So whenever that happened, they evolved much quicker than other animals into what you see now with regards to this orange pendek. They seem to be there in small numbers, in fact, not really too large, well hidden again within those remote mountainous forests, but they have been around for at least over 100 years because this footage, these eyewitness reports, they seem to be originating at least with from about 100 years ago, a century in other words. So that's very interesting, and I think this footage apparently also comes from him, this GoPro footage, because the way the article was stating it was that he released the footage so that way everyone can see what was captured. Although interestingly enough, the video says on the bottom left Fredography, so I don't know if that's like what that means, like if that's his information or if that's someone else's, but still that it's good for this footage to actually be shown about. Now here's my thoughts on the actual footage itself. It does look very believable, absolutely, because you see this thing crouching, like all of a sudden, like it turned around and saw these humans right then and there. That looked very believable, and then the way it would just sprinted off and it just continued running with it turning around and backwards, also very believable. No way like did it look CGI related, or if it looked like it was using other footage that was mixed in to this. No, this looked like the real deal. The only thing that causes a red flag to me, and it ties into another video that went viral about a year or two ago, is this. Why is the footage still so grainy, such low, almost purposeful low resolution? It reminds me of that footage that I was just mentioning. Remember that ghost, that spirit of the woman who these guys were driving through at night, and this thing was like right there in the middle of the road, almost blocking their pathway. Remember that one? How it was like a woman with long black hair hunched over with a cane, and it would shuffle towards them. They would back up, and then it would shuffle again towards them, and then it was almost like it started chasing them. Remember how it went viral for a little while? Well, that footage was so grainy, so purposely low resolution it seemed, it just instantly raised red flags to me. Such is the case here. I mention that because at the end of the day, today's cameras, especially the idea that you have this GoPro-like camera, if it's, I don't know, but if it's something else, again, very similar, on top of his helmet, and yet it's supposed to be high definition. Like, I don't think they sell these things with 180 times 160 type footage, like capturing video resolution. I don't think they sell them that low. So in that case, it's supposed to be much higher resolution. So why does it show so bad? Is it because it's to try to hide in this case? Like if it was something else, like a man in a suit that just happened to be running about, and then that way the evidence is much more harder to see that it looks fake. That's at least one thing that naturally comes to my mind. I'm sure it would come into yours as well when it comes to this footage. Even my camera, I have a very, very cheap phone, $40 AT&T phone. That one, the footage alone at the lowest resolution would still be higher than what you see in that 22-second video. So it's still, to this day, when I see this great evidence type stuff and it's presented, and none of it to this day seems to be just high resolution footage, that always plagues my mind. Like, why isn't this stuff shown or uploaded in a much more clearer format? But those are just my thoughts. That's the only red flag. Otherwise, it does look very riveting. It looks very real, at least from not being CGI stuff, or that this thing could indeed be the Orang Pendek. But what do you guys think? Please post those comments below. Is this actual 100% now footage of this Orang Pendek in all of its glory, this so-called mythical ape man of Indonesia? Or do you think it's another hoax? Whatever your comments are, whatever your feelings are, please do so. Please post those comments there. It'll be great to hear some. Alright, everybody. Thanks again as always. Take care.